This morning, I want to make a point inspired by a true story. Some time ago, Cheryl was standing in the checkout line behind a woman who looked to be in her 60s. When it was her turn to pay, the cashier, familiar with the woman, greeted her by name and asked her how she was doing. The woman looked down, she shook her head and said, "Not so good." She explained that her husband just had lost his job and her son is up to his old tricks again. Then she said, "The truth is, I don't even know how I'm going to get through the holidays." Then she paid the majority of her purchases with food stamps. This ached Cheryl's heart. She wanted to help, but didn't know how. Should she give her money, offer to pay for her groceries, ask for her husband's resume? Cheryl is a successful executive and could have easily done any of those things for this woman, but she certainly didn't want to be presumptuous and insult this woman either. As she walked to the parking lot, she spotted the woman returning her cart. Then she remembered something that was in her purse. It wasn't a handful of cash or a lead on a job for her husband, but maybe it was something that would be useful for her right now. "Excuse me," Cheryl said, in her voice trembling a bit. "I couldn't help but overhear what you said to the cashier. It sounds like you're going through a tough time right now. I'm so sorry to hear about it. I'd like to give you something." Cheryl handed her a business-sized card. When the woman read the card's only 2 words on it, she began to cry. And through her tears, she said, "You have no idea how much this means to me." Having never done anything like this before, Cheryl was a little startled. She hadn't anticipated the reaction that she might receive. All she could think in response was, "Oh my, would it be okay if I gave you a hug?" After they embraced, Cheryl walked back to her car and began to cry too. The words on that card said, "You matter." A few weeks earlier, a colleague had given Cheryl the same card as encouragement when he knew that she was feeling stressed and overwhelmed herself. It had made a difference for her too. That experience was years ago for Cheryl. It was brought up when asked, "When have you felt most successful?" What's interesting is Cheryl is an incredibly accomplished executive. She was the director of organizational development for AstraZeneca Pharmaceuticals, a $22 billion company with 61,000 employees. Her resume is deep with remarkable achievements, recognition, and awards. Yet, this is the moment that she recalled. This unplanned moment, not one that she stayed up late nights and weekends working on, not one that she spent years striving and sacrificing for. It was an unexpected moment of paying attention, then acting in courage and making a compassionate gesture, a connection with another human being. This was the moment when she felt most successful. And it would be these moments when Cheryl's family, friends, and colleagues would mention when they try to sum up her life in her eulogy. It won't be the awards. It won't be the extra billions that she helped the company report to Wall Street and the shareholders. It won't be the ladder of titles that she climbed inside the corporation. It will be the moments that she touched someone, the moments that she connected with someone, the moments she made others feel validated, seen, and understood. That is the difference between a resume and a legacy. You see, we seem to be so obsessed with building our resume. Look at your to-do list today. It's nothing but resume building activities. Look at your calendar today. Resume building activities. Observe what you're thinking about, what you're learning about, and what you're striving for every day. It's almost all about your resume. But in the end, your resume won't even matter. What matters is your legacy, and your legacy has nothing to do with your resume. Cheryl's moment didn't involve her giving that woman money, nor even granting her favor due to her position. She just gave the woman compassion. She acknowledged her. She gave her what she needed most, particularly then, to be seen, to be heard, and to feel understood. That means no matter your situation in life, you don't need financial abundance before you start making an impact. As the Dalai Lama said, be kind whenever it's possible. It's always possible. You don't need a privileged position before you start helping others. You don't have to wait until you build your resume before you can build your legacy. Your legacy is being built every day, not by your achievements or by your awards or by your victories, not by what occupies 99% of the activities on your calendar right now, but by how you interact with, care for, and touch the people that you mix with every day. Even the big O needed to be reminded of this. Oprah said to her mentor that the schools that she was building for young girls in Africa was going to be her legacy. The wise Maya Angelou corrected her by saying, "Child, your legacy is not one thing. Your legacy is what you do every day. Your legacy is every life that you've touched, every person whose life was either moved by you or not." So today, consider rearranging or refocusing your day a little bit. Instead of only doing the chasing and building of your resume, consider adding a couple of bricks to the construction of your day to fit in some legacy work. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "You cannot do kindness too soon, for you never know how soon it will be too late." Give those who will be in charge with describing who you were and the life that you led at your funeral, give them some excellent examples to use today. Examples on how you touched, how you cared for, how you impacted the lives of those that got to meet you, that got to interact with you, that got to observe you. What do you want them to be able to say about you? Write down a few descriptive words now in the comments below. Then look for opportunities to demonstrate those words throughout your interactions today. Make today, no matter what's on your calendar, a legacy building day.